Climate activists with the Sunrise Movement have begun a 400-mile march from New Orleans to Houston, Texas, demanding lawmakers pass a civilian climate corps.
My name is Shantae Davis. I'm 17 years old, and I'm from New Orleans. Made it through the storm. It's something we Black Southerners say after hard times are through, or we have no choice but to look forward because we're forced to leave our past behind.
The day before Katrina hit, my mom packed us and our cousins into her minivan. We left, even though we'd be leaving behind a stable life. We found a safe space, or at least we thought, in Houston until Hurricane Harvey hit. Southerners can weather a storm like no tomorrow, but the wear and tear is evident. That's why my friends and I are marching from NOLA to Houston, demanding a civilian climate corps that creates millions of good-paying jobs.
New at 10, 7 young activists are marching almost 300 miles right now to try and grow support for a civilian climate corps.
We're marching 266 miles from Paradise, California to San Francisco.
My name is Madeline. I am 16. I don't remember a fall without fires and smoke. I don't remember a year where I haven't had to pack multiple evacuation bags.
I grew up 100 yards from where I stand right now. Every home that I played in as a kid are all gone.
Dianne Feinstein, Nancy Pelosi, they have the power to improve millions of lives. They have the power, and they're not using it. So that's why we're marching.
The Civilian Climate Corps Act was introduced by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Edward Markey. Their goal to create federally funded projects to help communities respond to climate change and transition to a clean economy. These youth see that act as the first big step of implementing the Green New Deal.
It's our second day on the trek, and I still can't believe that this is real. I personally came up with the idea of a march, and honestly, people were like, I don't know about this.
So when I heard about this trek and they asked me, hey, what do you think about walking 400 miles from New Orleans to Houston? I was like, that's a stupid idea. Let's do it. For me, this trek started a long time ago when my parents came to this country, and they came here for better jobs, and they worked 3 jobs just to put food on the table, and the CCC is a bridge to give people jobs.
I think like a civilian climate corps can make sure that people are getting not only good paying jobs, but jobs that they actually want to go into. Here in New Orleans, I would like to see coastal restorations like marsh planting, helping with the shrimp and crawfish populations, local farming.
Real talk, I'm like a born and raised like New Orleans funk musician. Like I play music like I feel like funking it up, hey, hey, yeah. That's what I do. But you know what? I would also plant some fucking trees for $25 an hour.
No. I'm cool with like all the sports.
Oh, okay. They can be intense.
Yeah.
Let's play.
me about your couch bro. Well, it's super convenient. I go with it everywhere now. Pooping tent, pooping tent.
I have been blessed.
It's going to get very hot. It's going to be like 100 degrees by like 1 or 2. So if we could finish before then, that would be great. And we can do it.
It's only 12 miles.
I'm glad I did this. My feet are not glad.
It was something that I'd been missing for so long, just that feeling of like power and like putting everything you have into this movement and into the fight.
I joined Generation on Fire because anything to support the Civilian Climate Corps, I'm down.
Why the CCC is so exciting to me is just that like I know how much work it will take to stop the climate crisis in this country, and there's so many people who are ready to work, and I love my county, and I don't want to see it burn. It's like, it's as simple as that.
Going through Cancer Alley really grounded me as to why we're doing this work.
More than 100 petrochemical plants and refineries dot this corridor between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, often referred to as Cancer Alley. The cancer risk here is almost 50 times the national average.
There were miles upon miles where we would walk by these facilities, and it would just be one after the other after the other.
My wife passed in '99 with cancer. I have a daughter is a survivor of cancer.
I am one of 17 women in 2017. There were 17 of us came down with cancer.
We had a direct action with Rise St. James, which is a community faith-based organization. They're fighting a nearly $10 billion petrochemical facility called Formosa Plastics.
Formosa Plastics plans one of the biggest plastic plants in the world here, covering 2,500 acres.
We already can't breathe the air. We can't drink the water. We don't have clean soil. So if Formosa come in here, it's a death sentence for St. James. The purpose of this event is to pressure President Biden to revoke Formosa's permit.
This is what community looks like right here. This is what unity looks like. We are standing with you with pride. I am so proud to be here in support of Rise St. James.
I would like to grow a garden again. Like to see people raise chickens again. And I would like to have my fruit trees again, especially my fig tree. And let people have nice, clean jobs. Like the Green New Deal, let them have green jobs.
Being with them, it felt like a second home. It felt like I was like with my people. I really kept that memory of that day like through me while I was walking, because I was like, these people like are here, they've been fighting this for a long time. We're in solidarity and we're like helping them. So that day like gave me a lot of strength.
If Nancy Pelosi or Dianne Feinstein have the bad luck of running into me, the first thing I would tell them is que se pongan las pilas, that they get their ass to work. And if they're not willing to do that, to get the job applications out, because the Civilian Climate Corps will be hiring.
We are literally marching from Paradise to the doorsteps of Nancy Pelosi and Dianne Feinstein's houses. And we've walked, we've marched, we have so many blisters, and we're coming here to tell you to do your job and treat this like the crisis that it is.
7 women aged 16 to 29 are on a 2-week trek with blisters to prove it.
I see so much power in my generation, and even though time is running out, I'm really inspired and actually very hopeful.
Today we're gonna be walking 16 miles. It's our last full day of walking, and yeah, it's really exciting because we have this huge group with us, and then tomorrow we're gonna walk across the Golden Gate Bridge.
San Francisco, think about it, like 2 weeks ago, just
like literally 2 weeks ago, we were that hot,
almost
so
300
hot.
miles away. And then
our little bodies carried us all this way.
It's incredible.
We've gotten really close as a group. It's pretty bittersweet to like say goodbye to them all tomorrow.
This is part of your walking.
Yeah, this is my walking kit.
It's the sound of youth climate activists who say they're tired of waiting for change. 17-year-old Emma says this is only the beginning of their effort.
We are not meeting after this. We have walked 266 miles to get here. Together we will walk across this bridge. But that is not the end. This march to reignite a movement, this is just the beginning. The beginning of the decade of the Green New Deal.
March across the Golden Gate Bridge to the homes of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Senator Dianne Feinstein is the last leg of their 266-mile march.
We ended right at Nancy Pelosi's doorstep.
Step up and pass a bold civilian climate core or step aside.
We did something that finally feels like big enough and bold enough to meet this crisis. And I'm also super exhausted. I'm gonna sleep so well tonight.
Did we still jump in the ocean?
Yeah.
Definitely been a crazy past 5 weeks.
We would not have crocodiles this far. Oh yeah, no. Our crocodile adventures are over. The last day was so hectic. We had like 70 other people join us.
We are marching for good jobs. We are marching for our homes, for our water, for the people that we love, and for our air, for this planet.
We're marching 399 miles and then one more to make it 400.
Our time is now, and we're on fire.
Youth activists and members of the Sunrise Movement ended their 400-mile march from New Orleans to Texas Monday outside the Houston home of Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
Now, which side are you on? It's money or the people now. Which side are you on? Does it weigh on you at all? Does it weigh on you at all?
It was very emotional, it was very meaningful. We all showed up for each other emotionally.
We've marched 400 miles and we got here and we did the fucking thing. I'm not gonna lie, a part of me, it really hurts to see the people that I've gotten close to over the past 40 days and to see them get arrested. Like, how fucked up is that?
I'm in DC, baby. Yeah, I'm in DC with a ton of sunrisers.
And all our work is culminating into this huge moment where we're gonna have lots of young people showing up to the White House, and we are gonna blockade the entrances to demand a fully funded and bold civilian climate corps.
The feeling is incredible. Like being together with all these people from across the country, who've all organized in their own fights.
Just being here at the end of one journey and knowing that it's the beginning of another journey, I feel that we won't stop. And I have so much faith in this movement and in the power of my generation. We are on fire.
We need for President Biden to listen to our young people.
What we know right now is that we have a window of opportunity. We got to push. We must push.
Tonight, a bunch of young people were arrested at various entrances to the White House.
This is just the beginning of the decade of Green New Deal, and we can't stop until we win.
Greedy fossil fuel billionaires and dirty politicians have basically burnt down our futures, and it's our choice to rise up with the flames of a generation on fire. So I want to see more youth out in the streets, feeling empowered, making a difference. If you would have told me that I was going to walk 400 miles and people were going to join me, I would have never believed you, and it happened. So literally anything can happen if you really have that drive and you have a group of supportive people helping you along the way. Whatever you do, do it in radical acts of love, and everything that you do matters.